one of the things that keeps me motivated, because I'm thinking, okay, I've got my life going.
Right.
It's like I don't need education, but it's just the possibility of one day maybe using it and having another door
Right.
retirement. That's what my motivating drive to
Yeah.
education.
Right. What's good, everybody? It's your boy Ibu, and we're back on another episode of Runner on the Air. I'm here with a very special guest. We got Officer Marco Vazquez with us today. How you doing, sir?
Good morning. Doing good.
Doing good. What'd you do this morning?
Woke up, skipped the gym today.
Okay.
I'll go later on.
There we go.
And then just started prepping for this.
Yeah. Nice. Bright and early this morning.
Yes.
So Campus UPD here. We wanted to talk with you today. What was your journey like, becoming Campus UPD and working for CSUB?
It definitely is a change of atmosphere when you go from a actual police environment setting to a university campus police. One of the benefits that I ended up having was the fact that I was a school resource officer for one of the agencies that I worked for, which, you're in the mindset of the teaching environment. So you're more of a community-oriented policing type of individual, and you're there just to teach people, So when, like I initially met you, we started having a conversation. I have no problem opening up about, where I come from, what I've done. And that's the setting and the kind of the culture that's in here. We don't deal with, a lot of criminals.
Right.
These are students who are trying to further their life, their education, and we understand that. So that's the culture that we're in.
Right. That's cool. And then, so did you start off as just like you started off as a regular police officer?
Yeah. So in 2002, I started off with the sheriff department as a deputy sheriff.
Okay.
I stayed there for 11 years. I ended up working the detentions bureau, which is like the courts and the jails for a bit. I went out to patrol. Then I went into the gang unit. Eventually became a field training officer. And then I promoted to detective. I went through my own personal issues, or it forced me to go into a different agency. So I lateraled over to the Bakersfield Police Department. I spent about 10 years there. Same thing. I was doing, field training, traffic. So some of the things that I didn't learn initially with the sheriff's department, I ended up learning there. As you get older, your mindset starts to change. Your goals are a bit different, and you start looking for different avenues that are going to kind of prolong your life a little longer. And there was an opportunity to come here. I was given a shot, and I was elected to be a UPD officer, and this is where I am.
There you go. That's cool. And then, like with campus safety, how important is that to, everyone as a whole, our community? Because I feel like, day-to-day life, we don't really, think about it. But what do you see, like, during your shifts? Like, how important is campus safety, like, on a daily life?
For us, it's our primary objective. For law enforcement itself, safety is going to be your number one. Whether it's, the community part of it, business, you're trying to have the, residents and the occupants of a certain area to be able to be free and do what they prefer to do what they like to do, without having to look over their shoulder because they're going to be victims of something. So when it comes to campus safety, that's our primary goal. Is this is a learning environment, for individuals who, like I said, want to further their education and, complete their goals in life. And we need to make sure that when they're here, they're able to go from one class to the other, from their vehicle to class, associate with friends in an environment where they can be able to do that.
Right. And then how can students reach out to UPD, if they ever need it?
If they need it, we have several services, and obviously we are a kind of like a pointer system to other resources on campus.
Right.
But if they ever need to get a hold of us, our number is 654-2677. We are located. Our building is located just north of the old gym, just east of Science 3.
Mm-hmm.
And they're welcome to contact us via phone. I know we do have a an email address. I can't think of the email at the moment. And then, or they can just personally go in there. And then most of us, we're either driving around campus.
Right.
I like to ride the bike.
Oh, there
So
you go.
just a good, wave high.
Right.
We'll sit and chat with you
Right.
if you give us the opportunity.
So you don't gotta feel guilty about skipping the gym because you ride on the bike, so it makes up for it.
That's right. That's right.
There you go. And then are there any like important protocols that students need to know about, like during events or big gatherings that could help you guys out and make things easier for everybody?
As far as protocols, I guess the most common one we see is just like the fire alarm. Sometimes they end up having testing, but I think most of us end up getting it via our email, via our phone, or so that there will be. So just pay attention to your instructors. Make sure you exit the buildings, gather where you're supposed to gather. Luckily for us, we haven't had an active shooter, although there's always that potential based on history. If that was to ever happen, if you can get away from the scene of the chaos, please do so.
Right.
If you can't, hide. The other part is to fight. But luckily, we have enough officers here that our response time is going to be pretty quick.
Right.
So we're kind of well trained and always have that in the back of our mind.
Right.
To encounter any threat that's going to be out there. But those would be the most important ones. Other than that, I would just say the student code of conduct would be probably the one to go by.
Right. And then I have like a question just like for you, like yourself. So as a police officer, obviously there's like fear factors for every day. How do you like train your mind to like get over that, or like I guess just face those fears of like just going in day to day and knowing that you're putting your life on the line for other people?
So that's something that before you begin this career, you need to have an answer for. And that's one of the things that as I was getting into this field, I think one of the officers that I was speaking to just posed the question at the time. This was back in like 1999.
Right.
So wages weren't really as high as they are now. But essentially, he said, "Can you give up your life for somebody for?" And I think it was like $15 an hour.
Wow.
And you think like, wow, it's $15 an hour to give my life over somebody. But it comes more from like, what is your purpose in life? For you, there's always going to be some type of danger out there. And you're going to encounter dangerous situations. And you actually do. The thing is just being safe, giving yourself the time, making sure you use your resources, whether that be your partners, certain barricades, the tools that you have on you.
Right.
Your gut feeling comes into a lot of play.
Yeah.
And I think that's what kind of keeps you level-headed as far as being able to survive. Because yes, realistically, I can be walking down the halls and somebody can just shoot me. I know that. The likelihood of it happening, probably not as high.
Right.
But once you get and accept that, you can go ahead and perform, and do what you're meant to do.
That takes a lot.
It does.
Wow. What's your favorite thing about being an officer?
The interaction with individuals, and I see myself kind of like a role model. I grew up with immigrant parents, not in the greatest area. I've been able to build a good career and financially stable. Anything what my parents envisioned me to be, which was do better than them,
Right.
I've accomplished. So
Nice.
to me, it's my way of showing other people who start off in the same area that I do,
Right.
that, work hard, focus on your goals, and eventually you will reach them.
Right. And then where are you from?
I grew up I was born in Los Angeles. I grew up in Stockton.
Oh, nice.
And when I got the job offer by the sheriff department here, I moved down here.
Nice. And then we were talking earlier, and you actually mentioned that you're taking classes here.
Yes.
So how's that like, being able to balance work, school, just life? Like, what is that like?
For me, I would say it's not as difficult. One of the things is that my kids are all grown.
Right.
So I don't have the responsibility of, having
go.
daycare and having to transport
Yeah.
kids back and forth. with this job that I hear or that I have, being surrounded in this culture of education
Right.
and not having my bachelor's, it kind of pushes me to continue on with it. As far as balancing it out, it's just time management, pretty much.
Right.
I don't overwhelm myself with classes. I take 2 a semester. That gives me plenty of time to work different events, overtime, still, go to the gym, hang out with friends. I do spend a lot of time here on an overtime basis.
Yeah.
But that would be probably it, just the time management part.
Yeah. And then do you have like a favorite class that you're like, is there something you've learned that, you're actually really like grateful for, or like something that you thought was really cool this semester?
I'm only taking 2 classes this semester, but I think every class that I go into, initially you walk in there, you're kind of embarrassed because I'm like, oh, man, I'm 45 years old, and everybody here is like 19, 22, 23, they're graduating. But it keeps you kind of grounded, because now kind of like the mindset of the individuals around that age. Yeah.
But I mean, they say education doesn't have an age,
Right.
Anybody can get their degree. So
Correct.
That's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah. One of the things that keeps me motivated, because I'm thinking, okay, I've got my life going.
Right.
It's like I don't need education, but it's just the possibility of one day maybe using it and having another door available upon my retirement. That's what my motivating drive to get the education.
Right.
So.
And then, so like post graduation, what are your plans like for retirement? Like, do you want to, like move somewhere? Do you want to, I don't know, any hobbies? Go fishing?
As far as move, I thought about moving to a different state, but since I have my kids here, I've got my grandkids here, or my grandkid here. I don't think I'll end up leaving California. Although we do have family in Mexico. And that life, cool. I really enjoy that lifestyle. It's just so mellow to come back. I try to go at least twice a year. So my idea as of now is to kind of go back and forth, spend some time here, spend some time there, and then in between maybe go visit other countries.
Right.
So
that'd be cool. Like just travel a bit.
Travel a bit, and I'd like to go to Italy.
Nice.
That's one of the first places I'd like to go.
Italy would be cool.
Yeah, and then go from there to see what else is out there.
That's fire. And then just like a little bit for your day to day, like as a campus police officer, can you like walk us through that? Just like you wake up in the morning, you get ready, like how's that like?
So my work day would be I wake up around 6 o'clock in the morning. I'll have my pre-workout. I like to go to the gym early, just get it out of the way. I feel stronger in the morning. Then I'll have, a meal, start prepping for my work day as far as getting my lunch together. If I have my uniform, try to polish my boots, keep something, keep the appearance presentable.
Right.
And then I come in. When we come in, we debrief each other as far as like what ended up happening during the day.
Right.
We talk about any emails that maybe the chief or the captain have sent us, just to keep us updated with like, hey, we're having issues with transients here, or we've had an issue here. From there, you tell your dispatcher, okay, I'm going to jump on the bike. You drive around, check buildings, try to mingle with students, be visible, and give them that sense of safety, that, hey, there's an officer around. If I need anything, I can go to them.
Yeah. That's cool. And then when do you like finish up, like usually around after school?
So we work 12-hour shifts. So I come in like at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I work all the way to 4 in the morning.
Wow.
So I get to see some students, especially the ones at night. And then after that, it's just pretty much keeping an eye on the campus.
That's cool. And then do you have any advice to like any students who maybe are wanting to be police officers, or just any advice to those who wanted to go back to school at a later age? Or because I feel like you've accomplished quite a bit and you're still going, so it's really cool. So Is any advice for those who might be wanting to accomplish those things?
Yeah, for anybody who wants to be a police officer, we're a good resource. We have officers with a lot of experience who have had careers with other departments. I know if you're interested in law enforcement, I still have connections with the Bakersfield Police Department. We can definitely get you a ride along, expose you to some of the programs that they have, whether it be like the Citizens Community Service, where it's just kind of getting you accustomed to the culture.
Right.
For anybody who's looking at furthering their education, as you pointed out, education has no age. Yep. So definitely stick to your goals, decide on what it is that you want to do and slowly get back into it. I think it's just having it become a routine that makes it a bit easier over time.
Right.
Unless you may be a little struggle trying to balance out, something new in your lifestyle.
Right.
But it becomes normal after, maybe a semester or two.
Right.
Yeah. And then the other thing is just be safe. Be safe out there.
Yeah, absolutely. There you go. Officer Vazquez, thank you for sharing your morning with us. And then, look, if you guys want to sit in this chair next to me, go on the Instagram, click the link in the bio, fill out the form. We'll get right back to you. In the meantime, like, comment, share, subscribe, all the above. Hey, this is Running on the Air. We'll see you on the next one. Deuces.
Have a good one.